Tell me about Sid.
Well, for so many people, you know, a lot of people never came to the track. Their memory of the 500 is listening to it on the radio. And Sid Collins was the chief announcer he was on the air actually as early as 48, but by 51 he was anchoring the broadcast. And the first year, it was still with the Mutual Radio Network. In 51, they weren't going to do it, and so WIBC picked up, because most of the people that had been involved with the broadcast when it was Mutual Radio Network were WIBC anyway. And so they said, well, let's just do the race ourselves in 51 and then make it available to anybody that wants to pick it up. Then in 52, then the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Radio Network was formed with Sid as the chief announcer. And they went from 26 stations in 1952 to, I think, like, I don't know, 60 or 70 in 53. But by 54, it was on the Armed Forces Network. And it was basically, it went, you know, leaps and bounds, and eventually became something like over 1,000 radio stations. But by 54, 55, it was being heard, you know, all over the world. And Sid was the voice. And he, more than doing just play-by-play, he was big on word picture. And what he would tell the announcers was, you know, we're the people that hear us can't see the race. And so we have to paint a word picture for them. So he said, give them all kinds of color. And I remember specifically, he'd say, if the car is red, tell them that. And if you know that it's candy apple red, tell them that. And if the driver's got a yellow helmet, tell them that. You know, just paint a picture. And so he didn't know a great deal about racing. He liked the people, but by his own admission, he said, I really don't understand a lot of stuff about it. But he said, what I like to do is to think of myself as sort of like I'm the conductor. And all the fellows in the turns and the other voices, they are knowledgeable, and I call upon them. I'll ask them questions to educate all of us on what's going on. And so anyway, he did the race from. Well, as I say, he was on the air as early as 48. He co-anchored in 50, and then was the anchor from 51, and then the formation of the radio network in 52, all the way through until 76 was the last race that he did. And by that time, he was in failing health. He was afflicted with Lou Gehrig's disease, and he took his life actually on May 2nd of 1977, which I never thought about is the anniversary of when we're doing this. I never thought about that.
Oh my God, you're right.
But which at that time was when the track was getting ready to open. But anyway, he was. I personally owe him a great deal of gratitude because he took me under his wing from the time I showed up, and then put me. Actually, had me on as a guest in 1964, and then in '65. He gave me a position to just, do historical retrospective, is what we call it, and I'm still doing that. And then also, the program that is now the talk of Gasoline Alley, the bloodlines of that go back to a program that was on in 1966 that was his idea.